The life of the French composer Camille Saint-Saëns. Camille Saint-Saëns was a French composer, organist, and pianist who is remembered for his wide range of musical compositions and his contributions to the Romantic era of classical music. Born on October 9, 1835, in Paris, France, Saint-Saëns showed a remarkable talent for music from a young age. His father, a government clerk and an amateur musician, recognized his son's musical abilities and enrolled him in piano and composition lessons at the age of 3. By the age of 7, Saint-Saëns had already composed his first piece of music, a short piano piece titled Le Galop Marquis. He continued to study music throughout his childhood and eventually enrolled at the Paris Conservatoire at the age of 13. There, he studied organ and composition and quickly gained recognition for his musical talent. In 1853, at the age of 18, he won the prestigious Prix de Rome, a scholarship that allowed him to study in Italy for 3 years. During his time in Rome, Saint-Saëns continued to compose and gain recognition for his works. He also traveled to Germany, where he met and was influenced by some of the leading composers of the time, including Franz Liszt and Richard Wagner. In 1861, he returned to Paris and began his career as a concert pianist and composer. Saint-Saëns quickly gained popularity as a composer, with his works being performed in prestigious venues such as the Paris Opera and the Royal Albert Hall in London. He was known for his versatility, composing in a variety of genres, including opera, symphonies, concertos, chamber music, and works for solo piano. In addition to his compositions, Saint-Saëns was also a renowned organist, serving as the organist at the Madeleine Church in Paris for 20 years. His virtuosity on the instrument was widely recognized, and he was often invited to perform all over Europe and the United States. However, despite his successful career, Saint-Saëns faced 2 devastating tragedies that would have a profound impact on his life and music. In 1875, his only son, André, died at the age of 2 from complications of pneumonia. Devastated by the loss, Saint-Saëns poured his grief into his music, composing his famous organ symphony in memory of his son. But the most tragic event in Saint-Saëns' life came in 1878 when his wife, Marie, gave birth to their second son, Jean-François, who was born with severe physical and mental disabilities. Saint-Saëns was heartbroken and struggled to cope with the challenges of raising a child with special needs. The burden took a toll on his marriage, and he and Marie eventually separated in 1881. Despite the turmoil in his personal life, Saint-Saëns continued to compose and perform, becoming one of the most celebrated musicians of his time. He traveled extensively, performing all over Europe and the United States, and his works were highly praised by critics and audiences alike. In 1886, Saint-Saëns married again, this time to a much younger woman, Eugénie Marie-Jeanne Palm, who was just 19 years old at the time. They had 2 children together, but tragically, both died in infancy. The deaths of his 2 young children brought back painful memories of his son's death and further strained his marriage. Saint-Saëns and Eugénie eventually divorced in 1900. Despite the heartache and personal tragedies, Saint-Saëns continued to compose and perform until his death on December 16, 1921, at the age of 86. He left behind a vast body of work that includes over 300 compositions, ranging from operas and symphonies to chamber music and solo piano pieces. Today, Camille Saint-Saëns is remembered as one of the most influential composers of the Romantic era. His works continue to be performed and admired by musicians and audiences worldwide. His legacy also lives on through the many students he taught at the Paris Conservatoire, including famous composers such as Gabriel Fauré and Maurice Ravel. In conclusion, the life of Camille Saint-Saëns was marked by exceptional musical talent and success, but also by tragedy and personal struggles. The deaths of his 2 young children and the effect it had on his marriage were undoubtedly the most tragic moments of his life. However, through his music, Saint-Saëns was able to express his emotions and leave behind a lasting legacy that continues to inspire and move people to this day.